Ooh, 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 ooh.
Three, 4 stars for me. Then I read Top Secret by Sabrina Bowen. Okay. And I gave that 2 stars. I don't remember what that's about. Then I read Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, and it was okay, but it was just so predictable. And it's like, why am I even reading? I could make this book in my head, you know? And then It Happened One Summer. Ew, literally, why did anyone recommend this book? I hated it so much. I'm so sorry. I'm very judgmental. So that was July, and then oh wait, and then in July I reread Red, White, and Royal Blue because I was like, I've been reading bad book after bad book. I just need a good book. So Red, White, and Royal Blue, so cute. And then whilst waiting for Love on the Brain, I read this Staminist novellas. There's three of them by Ali Hazelwood. They were fine. It was just like whatever. And then in August, I also read A Deal with the Devil. I don't know what that's about, but I gave it 2 stars. And then I read Everything for You, 2 stars. Then I read Red Rover. This was more of Jennifer's. Gave it 3 stars. Then she told me to read Space Bee. I'm generous. I don't normally give 1 stars when they deserve 0 stars. Usually. This was a book that I had to read. Then she started to like. I'm generous. I don't normally give 1 star to read about 0 stars again. And then I really liked it. It was cute. Then Book Lovers came out. I read Book Lovers. It was good. I really like Emily Henry. I definitely like her as an author. Oh, then I read In 5 Years. This was a pretty good book. I liked it. Then I read the first Harry Potter. It hovered around. Hey guys, I'm back today with a Hey guys, I'm back today with a highly requested, highly anticipated long video where I just talk for, I don't know, like an hour. Yeah, I've gotten so many comments being like, can you do this again? And if not, so here I am, doing it again. Sorry for any noises that you don't want to hear. I live in the city now, and it's super loud sometimes. I kind of just tune it
Huh.
Might have been at the beginning of the pandemic. That's wild. A freak pandemic. Yeah, wait, I'm so interested in like why you guys play my long video. Are you guys studying? Are you guys trying to sleep? Like, I don't weird. um 22.
Huh.
Might have been at the beginning of the pandemic. That's wild. Yeah, wait, that's wild. Yeah, wait, that's wild. Yeah, wait, that's wild. Yeah, wait, that's wild. Anyways, that got depressing super fast. Oh, I've done 3 long videos. Oh my gosh, my most recent one was in this apartment. Okay, I didn't realize. Well, that's fun. I'm gonna see if I can like not edit this video, because record an hour-long video is the most frustrating task for no reason, because my laptop is from 2015 and it just has the hardest time doing the most basic tasks. And so I'm gonna try to not have to edit this video. Oh my gosh, cute. I kind of forgot that I even made a video. I'm sorry. I don't know, I said sorry. That's cute. Aww. Honestly, I get it. Like when I made the first 2 long videos, actually I feel like the first 3 long videos, I didn't really understand why people even watched them. But then I realized there's a YouTuber, Acre Homestead, and she basically just like gardens and cooks and whatever. She's living the life. Like I love her. And she makes really long videos. Like every video of hers is at least half an hour. And she uploads like 3 times a week. And there was like some programmer who did a spin of like the Spotify Wrapped, but for YouTube. And one of the stats I had on my like YouTube Wrapped was that, of course, she was my favorite YouTuber, and that what am I saying? Oh, that I watched one of her like 40-something minute videos 7 times in the last year, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, I love that lady. I watch her for fun. I watch her to go to sleep. Like, I don't know why she's my favorite YouTuber. And it's like so unrelatable because like she lives on acres of land in Washington and I live in a 300 square foot apartment in New York. Like, I don't know chickens. I don't know dogs. I don't even like plants. All my plants are life. But seriously, like, okay, I'm just gonna express how much I love her. Like, she cooks, I don't know. She is so down to trying new foods, and she is like, you know, like people who can just like, oh, this needs thyme, this needs rosemary. Like, it's not just like, oh, this needs salt and pepper. Like, she knows her spices and she like makes them too. And like she freeze dries stuff. And what's the opposite of freeze dry? When you dehydrate stuff. And then she also like water bath cans and pressure can. And I learned so much useless information from her, and her food looks really good sometimes. And she makes a lot of soup, and I also like making soup. And she's like half of the reason why I started making soup. Anyways, yeah. What's been up with me? What's been up with you guys? Okay, let me know But what's been up with me? Job searching. Oh, it's rough. I'm trying to stay positive because, you know, I'm doing my part in applying to jobs and putting myself out there, which is like disgusting and I hate it so much. But I'm doing my part in like job searching, and so recruiters just gonna do their part and accept me because I am a joy to have, okay? It's rough though because I quit my last job in November, and then I was really bad with job searching for 2 months. So it wasn't until mid-January that I got back on the grind. And so for the past month, since like mid-January, I have been like really good about job searching, and I have to remember like it's only been a month. It's just like so discouraging because I haven't had any like responses besides rejections, like not even a phone call. And I feel like that's so unlike like the last couple times I've job searched. Like positions pretty easily landed at my feet, but I didn't like those positions. So I just know that something better is coming my way. If not better right now, it'll be better in the future. Like I feel like everything happens for a reason. So I'm just trying to like stay encouraged or stay not discouraged. You know, I submit about like 2 applications a day. So not the weekends though, because I don't really want to do work on the weekends. What else? Yeah, so that's been tough. That's literally all I do though. Yeah, I'm just job search. I don't really understand where my time goes because I have time limits on my phone now for like social media and then for YouTube. So for YouTube, I have a limit. Oh, I think all my limits are 15 minutes. So like social media is a total of 15 minutes no matter what apps I'm using. And then YouTube is for 15 minutes. And so, I mean, generally, I'll like ignore the time limit on YouTube. So I'll be on YouTube for like an hour a day, and then oh, I'm sorry if you don't like burps. See, this is why I gotta cut things out sometimes because I burp. But I'm actually not gonna cut that out. I'm so sorry if anyone's disgusted. I didn't realize that people were disgusted by burps until one of my friends told me to stop doing it one time, and I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, so I'm only like on my phone for like entertainment purposes for like an hour 15, an hour and a half a day. And like, what am I doing with the rest of my time? Like, I don't use YouTube on my computer or anything because my speakers are shot, if you've seen some of my videos. Yeah, anything with sound, I don't use my laptop. So I really question, where does my day go? I definitely spend a lot of time cooking. That's something that I've always found so enjoyable, even though I'm not good at it. Cooking, baking, just like experimenting with food. It's fun, but it's expensive. Sometimes I question, is buying groceries even worth it? Like, should I just be eating out? Low key. I can't wait to have a job. I can't wait to have money. Right now, my spending money comes from what I sell on like Depop, eBay, Poshmark, and I'm hungry. And it changes from month to month. So, like, it's not consistent, and that's really difficult. Like, it's fine. But I just can't wait to have a steady income. But I'm also so lucky. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, I only go grocery shopping, I feel like, every other week. And yet, I have enough food, even though I usually use up all my food by, like, a week and a half. And I was just, like, I'm trying to, like, see, where's my food coming from? And then I always tend to forget that my parents will, like, drop off some food sometimes, like some fruit or leftovers from their dinner, Or I go to my grandparents every week, and my grandma always sends me home with some food, and it's like, oh, like I'm so blessed, you know, that I don't have to like worry about getting all my food myself. Oh, you know what I hated in high school? In like history classes or social studies or whatever, teachers would always be like, in Western countries, we're individualistic. In Eastern, they never said Eastern, did they? Cultures, whatever. In Eastern cultures, they follow like collectivism. And I was like, I just like, oh, I don't know. I just hate overgeneralization of cultures. But also like, it's high school history, and like, I get it. Like, why would you feel like explaining this stuff to high schoolers? I don't know. I just like, it's so annoying. But it's like, whatever. It's true, I guess, for me. Like, yeah, there is a sense of collectivism. Is that even the word? Guys, I got a 2 on my AP US history exam. But I also got a 99 on the US regions. So, am I good at history or not? I don't know. I know the answer is no, I'm not. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's definitely that sense of collectivism. Because, like, but I just, like, I feel like that's just, oh, that's, like, normal. It's just my parents and my grandparents, like, taking care, like, we're all taking care of each other, you know? Anyways, being Chinese. It's so interesting being Chinese in America because we haven't been here long, especially not Fujianese Americans. And like, I feel like unless you're Chinese, you don't see or notice the nuances or like the differences between. My truck was so annoying, sorry. You don't notice or see the differences between the different. I'm blanking. I'm sorry, I'm not really good with words. I blank really easily. What are they called? They're not villages, provinces. I guess it's people. Like, Cantonese people have been done longer than Fujianese people. And, like, Fujianese people are more, I think they call it, like, redneck? Like, sorry, this is incorrect. I don't want to be feeding all incorrect info about my culture, but like Fujianese people are generally more like or less educated than Shanghainese or Cantonese people. Yet when you read about like Chinese discourse, it's generally about Chinese people as a whole. But it's like, of course, in every culture, there's gonna be differences when you actually look into it. And so I just like hate reading things about Chinese people sometimes because I feel like it's not like super relatable. Also, like within each family, of course, there's differences in how people were raised because like there's different, like how I grew up is different than how my friends grew up, even though, you know, we may have grown up in the same neighborhood. Because like my mom came to America kind of early, and so she adopted more American customs, whereas, you know, someone else's mom could have come to America late and therefore was more traditional, you know? I don't even know what I'm saying, but I guess that's the point of these things. Next topic. I'm worried that I should go to therapy. I'm worried that me making a vlog every single day is preventing me from getting a job. Like, what if, okay, remember that guy on TikTok, and he would pretend to be like a teacher with a fat butt? Do you remember that guy? And like kind of recently, like the past couple of months, he made a video about like, it was just like a quick like kind of mocking himself video about like why he can't get a job, and it's because of those videos. And I'm like, oh shoot, is that the reason I'm not getting a job? But I'm giving myself 3 months to find a job, and so it's been, well, I don't know, because technically I think I'm reaching the 3 months since I wow, it's really loud outside. I'm reaching the 3-month mark since I quit my last job, but remember, like, for 2 months I didn't really apply, and so I only started applying like 1 month ago. So am I really gonna give myself 5 months to look for a job? I don't know. So 1 month down, it's mid-February. I might give myself maybe another month and a half till the end of March. I don't know. Either end of March or mid-April to find a job, and if not, I had an opportunity presented to me. It just like wasn't worth it. I don't know if I should be. I don't think I should be thinking like that though. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be so picky. Well, there's a couple reasons why I didn't take the job. One was a lack of support that I've been receiving. Two is, for the amount of work, the compensation is just not worth it. But you have to remember, this is my first real like salaried job, and if you talk to most people, it's like you really can't be picky with the first ones, you know, especially when you have no experience, like no internship experience or anything. Anyways, and the third thing is it's a small company and they are not using programs that are required. Like if I were to grow, so I'm looking at like project management positions, and they ask for, there's like a lot of software that is generally used, like Jira, I think, if that's how to pronounce it, I don't really know. But like that's something they don't use because they're a smaller company. They kind of just use like Excel and stuff, which is like, that's fine, like it's good to grow in that skill, but it's not necessary. It's not like I definitely want to work for a big or bigger company that can train me up than start with a small company where I also don't know anything. And so like it's blind leading the blind, except for like I would be in charge, and like I don't want to ruin this company, you know. Anyways, so I was thinking that at the end of it's probably, I think I'm gonna say mid-April comes and I don't have a job, I'm gonna talk to them again and see if that offer is still on the table, or I'll just get like part-time somewhere just to like supplement income. I don't know, it's really rough out here, and it's not doing wonders for my self-esteem, but I think it's okay. I think my self-esteem is actually pretty high, just like in general. So besides my I don't know, it's weird. I feel like probably a lot of people feel like this, but like I have pretty high self-esteem for someone who's plagued with self-doubt at all times, you know. It's kind of how I see myself, as prettier than I am, and then I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, you've been walking around all day looking like that? It's like weird. But then the second I don't see myself, it's like, oh, I'm fine. I don't know if that makes any sense. I really should see a therapist. I just like don't want to pay. That's really the reason that I don't go to therapy. Because I hate spending money. I'm cheap as hell. Oh, another thing. I'm just racking my brain for topics right now. And I have a lot. I always have a lot to say. I got a rambling mouth. My hair, when I see videos and my hair is black, I'm like shocked. It's jarring because I have grown to love having like, I don't even know what color my hair is, brownish orange hair. And now that it's growing in black again, I don't really know what to do, because to keep my hair healthy, you know, I want to keep it black. I want to let it like recover because I basically bleached it. But I don't like it being black. I really like to be a lighter color. Anyways, books. I You know what? I don't actually know when my reading journey reignited, like when it restarted. I definitely, I mean, like any kid, I liked reading, because books were easy back then. Oh, you know what's funny? My sister and I were talking about, like, I don't know a lot of words. Words are very difficult for me. Um, and a lot of it is because, well, my sister, she read growing up, but no. It's because the SATs, when they went from 2400 to 1600, they took away the vocab section, right? And so all of my siblings, like, I remember growing up always watching them like flashcards and like just like memorizing a bunch of words. And then come time for me to take the SATs, first of all, I didn't even take the SATs. I took the ACTs, and so I never had to do like the vocab stuff, and that's really like hurt me now down the line. SATs, College Board, whatever, you should not have done that, okay? People need to learn hard words, I think. I literally have the vocab of like a 2010 11th grader, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna go on Goodreads now. I forgot what I was saying. Slay? Oops. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to say slay all the time. I just do. Anyways, yeah, I like don't know words, and it's so embarrassing because I go through my books and I highlight like any word that I don't know, and sometimes I'll read them like the words to people, and they're like, "You don't know that?" And I'm like, "No." Like, guys, it's actually dumb. It's. I wish that every person in the world had like was a long time. What's the kind of research when it like follows one person through or follows a group through many years? Like, I wish every person had like someone researching them, because okay, it makes sense that I was a psych major actually. Like, why are we the way that we are? What made me like I was really good at school, and I've always been like decent at school, but I'm not smart. And I think that it's really hard, like, for someone like my parents, like, they know I did like well in school, and so I know that they're confused as to like why I'm not employed. And like, mom, dad, you are not alone. But no, like I don't know. It's like being school smart is so like useless. No, I mean it's not like the most useless thing, but I don't know. It is just what I'm saying. Anyways, I think I started reading. I'm gonna go to red. I think I started reading. I want to say 2021. Let me see. Date red. No, date red. Date red. Okay. Let's do. Okay, so I read in 2016. So I always read like. I'm on my Goodreads account right now, and I read like here and there. Literally, I added school books into my Goodreads account. I remember this. Into the Wild. I read that in 9th grade for extra credit. To Kill a Mockingbird, Fahrenheit 451. This was all 9th grade. In the summer, I read Perks of Being a Wallflower. Ooh, I don't remember that. Oh, you know what? I remember. No, I remember. I went to camp in 2015 for 6 weeks, and literally so much trauma. I am definitely not someone who likes new situations. I don't make friends easily. I get super nervous, especially as a kid. I'm much better at it now. It's because now I see it as a survival instinct. Like, if I don't make friends, I'm screwed. But back when I was 14, 15 years old, being put in a new place, different people than me, it was the worst. So I read a lot that summer. Not a lot, but kind of a lot. The book I was reading that summer was Ender's Game. I read Perks. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. I like that book a lot. Oh, and then I read Paper Towns and I read Paper Towns in the fall. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, that was a school book. Martian Chronicles. I feel like I didn't even read that, but that was a school book. City of Heavenly Fire. I loved Mortal Instruments when I was in middle school, high school. Even more, I loved Infernal Devices. That's actually like one of my favorite series. Well, the first 2 books are good. The third book's like whatever. Okay, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Actually, I'm not getting ahead of myself. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay. So you know what? I actually did read a lot in 2016 because that's kind of 2015, 2016 is when I found out about getting books off eBay. This is also the same time I got my debit card. And so I would get like books from eBay, it's like $3. And so I did read a lot. Wow. I'm actually kind of shocked. Anyways, 2017 I read 1 book. 2018, I didn't read a single book in 2018. That seems about right. 2019, I read 1 book. Oh my god, I read Becoming. I remember I read that, I feel like I read Becoming in 2018, actually. I don't know. All I remember, no. It took me like a year to finish Becoming, actually. So I started it in 2018. So I did read a book in 2018, but then I finished it in 2019 because it actually took me a year to read. Not that it was bad, I just couldn't read it back then. And then pandemic. Oh, it was during the pandemic that I started picking up books again. But like, it wasn't even reading. It was The Alchemist. I had to audiobook that. And then A Court of Thorns and Roses. I think Olivia tried to get me to read that. Kissing Angel. I don't even remember what that one is. Can You Keep a Secret? I don't know. I gave 2 stars. So that is my. Okay, so I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in 2020 once the pandemic hit. And then I didn't read until May of 2021. This is when I remembered that I started reading. I read Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I loved it. And then I went to LA. I think I went to LA and I read Beach Read, The Winds Fall, which I didn't love as much, and then Little Fires Everywhere, which I thought was so great. And then that just kicked off my reading journey. I read those 3 books in May. In June, I read Normal People. And okay, when I don't like a book, it's really hard for me to get into another book. And I just don't love Sally Rooney, I'm sorry. But I read Normal People, and then in November, I read People We Meet on Vacation. And then in December, I read It Ends With Us. I have mixed feelings. And then 2022, did I ever go through like a book walkthrough of all the books I read in 2022? I don't think I did. I documented reading like 50 something books. I'll just go through it. I started with The Kiss Quotient. Ew, I remember this book. Basically, this guy hires an escort or something. I don't know. All I remember is that she's like Asian, and so yeah, everything else I didn't like. The Love Hypothesis. I thought it was so cute. I kind of love the Love Hypothesis, although I read Love on the Brain, and I didn't love that one as much. But the Love Hypothesis is so cute. The Charm Offensive. I didn't like this one, but I never really liked the reality TV show ones. So it's just like, Kindred, which is now a show. Kindred was really good. All Roads Lead Here. I loved that book. It's so slow burn, except for all of her books are. Mariana Zapata. Um, in my opinion, I've read like 4 or 5 of her other books, trying to recreate the feelings that I got when reading All Roads Lead Here, and like they haven't been good. And so I wonder, is All Roads Lead Here even good? So I haven't reread it, even though I really liked it, because I'm scared it won't be good. The Unhoneymooners. Ew. I hate this book. I'm sorry. Like, is this the one where two, like, a bridesmaid and the best man have to take the bride and groom's honeymoon? Ew, I hated this book so much. The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. That was me trying to read more Mariana Zapata. Didn't like it. Yolk. I really liked Yolk. It was about this, I think she's Korean girl in New York City, and her sister, and I don't know, it was a really relevant, because my uncle had cancer at the time, and just like sibling relations, I don't know, it was written so well, and I like just loved it so much. Anyways, and then I read the Infernal Devices series. Literally read, oh, I remember, I read this while I was in Thailand, so I read it pretty quickly. And then more Zapata, I read it from Luke Off with Love and Colty, both not good. Sorry. Crying in H Mart, I read, it was an audiobook, and it was amazing. I actually really liked it. Zonner does the audiobook herself, and it's like, oh, she's amazing. It was just written so beautifully, and I just love being Asian. 2022, I realized that I really love being Chinese. Like, before it was just like, oh, I am Chinese, but I was like, I really love being Chinese. Like, I think maybe I just like being different. Okay, whatever. In a New York Minute. I don't remember what that book is about. I read that in April, though. Oh, the next book I read was called The Fine Print. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm very into like the book talk books. I don't know why people were hyping this book up so much. I gave it 2 stars. That's kind, okay? Oh god, I hated that book so much. First of all, Dreamland already exists, like as an actual, or existed as an actual amusement park, and it's like, are you allowed to steal that? Anyways, what I hate the most is the grumpy like lead. I hate Grumpy X Sunshine. Ew, like I just like, why are you so unhappy? Go seek help. The next book I read was Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and I wonder, did I start with the second book in the series? Anyways, I hated it. Then I read Archer's Voice, and I didn't like it, and I don't remember why. And then I read The Flat Share, which was a little bit better, but not much. And I'm looking at these books, and they have really high reviews. So, that's weird. Oh my god, and then I read Verity. Verity blew me away. It has stuck with me till this day, and like, I'm not the biggest Colleen Hoover fan. Like, I think she, whatever, but Verity, oh my god, like, everyone needs to read that. And then I couldn't read another book for like 4 days because I was like, oh my god. Anyways, the next book I read was Love in Other Words, and I thought it was so cute. I normally love Christina Lauren, besides Honeymooners. Ugh. Arrogance Devil, I don't know what that's about. I didn't like it. You Deserve Each Other. Apparently I really liked that one, but I don't remember what it's about. And because I liked it so much, I read Twice Shy by the same author, and I didn't like that as much, and I also don't remember what that was about. And then more Christina Lauren, because I love them so much. I read The Soulmate Equation, I loved it. Then I read Beautiful Bastard, and I hated it, so I stopped reading them. Next. Oh, whoa. Okay. I read the Hall of Blood and Mercy series upon at sorry, I don't know my prepositions, at Jennifer's request. Um and she reads a different genre of romance than I do, but I wanted to give it a shot. So I read that series, and it was fine. It was just fine. I'm sorry, Jennifer. It hovered around like 3-4 stars for me. Then I read Top Secret by Sabrina Bowen. Okay. And I gave that 2 stars. I don't remember what that's about. Then I read Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, and I just, it was okay, but it was just so predictable. And it's like, why am I even reading? I could make this book in my head, you know? And then It Happened One Summer. Ew, literally, why does anyone recommend this book? I hated it so much. I'm so sorry. I'm very judgmental. So that was July, and then, oh wait, and then in July I reread Red, White, and Royal Blue, because I was like, I've been reading bad book after bad book. I just need a good book. So Red, White, and Royal Blue, so cute. And then whilst waiting for Love on the Brain, I read this Staminist novellas. There's 3 of them by Ali Hazelwood. They were fine. It was just like whatever. And then in August, I also read A Deal with the Devil. I don't know what that's about, but I gave it 2 stars. And then I read Everything for You, 2 stars. Then I read Red Rover. This was more of Jennifer's recommendations. Red Rover. It was fine. I gave it 3 stars. Then she told me to read Space Baby. I'm generous. I don't normally give 1 stars when they deserve 0 stars. Usually, it seems like the lowest I'll go is 2 stars. Space Babies deserve 0, but I gave it 2. Then I reread Flowers for Algernon, and that kind of took me a while. That took me more than a week to read, but it was, I didn't rate it. This was a book that I had to read parts of, I think, when I was like in middle school maybe, and so I was just like, oh, let me see what it's about again, and then I really liked it. It was cute. Then Book Lovers came out. I read Book Lovers. It was good. I really like Emily Henry. I definitely like her as an author. Oh, then I read In 5 Years. This was a pretty good book. I liked it. Then I read the first Harry Potter. And then I read 2 Part Sugar, 1 Part Murder, a delicious and charming cozy mystery. I got this as a free book to review, and it was not good, but I didn't want to, like, what's the word? I didn't want to destroy this lady's career before it even started, so I gave it 3 stars. But it was really bad, and she needs a new editor. Then I read The Inheritance Games, which was fine, and then, but I really didn't want to read the other, like, books in the series, so I just went on Wikipedia and read the synopsis, and that was it. Love on the Brain, cute, but it's whatever. A Boy Worth Knowing. I don't remember what that's about. Love Off Limits by Jenny Proctor. I was given this for free through Amazon. I don't remember why, but that was cute. Gave it 5 stars. Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. That was fun, but I was not interested at all. Like, by the time it ended, I was like, okay. It took a while to read. Like, I just felt like it was long, and I definitely didn't want to read the next 2 books. And then, oh, that's the last book I read in 2022. This year, I've only read 4 books. Meet Cute, which literally I can't even remember reading or what it's about. The Happily Ever After Playlist. Is it so bad that I can't remember what these books are about? Like, all the romance ones are just, like, flying over my head. I remember the Happily Ever After Playlist because I made a video recently bashing on it because I really, really hated it. Okay, I'm not, oh my god. You can watch that video. Yeah, it's from, like, 2 weeks ago. I had so many issues with it. Mainly the gaslighting. Anyways, and then I also read You'd Be Home Now by Kathleen Glasgow, and I liked it. I definitely am very critical about the romance books that I read, so that when I don't read romance books, they tend to get higher ratings because I'm not, like, as familiar with the genre, and so it's like easy to be like, oh, that's good. So I really like You'd Be Home Now. It's about, oh wait, let me see what Meet Cute's about first. On the first day of law school, Caitlin ran into, literally the act quite literally ran, oh my god, I can't read. On her first day of law school, Caitlin ran quite literally into the actor she crushed on as a teenager. Oh! The main character has to act as like Loki guardian for this guy's little sister because the parents died. It was, it's whatever. You'd Be Home Now is about this girl, youngest child. Her name's Emery. And like she feels like she's living under her sibling's shadow because her brother is like a druggie, and then her sister is like super like smart and beautiful, and she just feels like she doesn't get enough attention. But it's basically mostly about her brother and like how, I don't know what I'm allowed to give away. I'm sorry about this. Oh yeah, so she was in a car accident with her brother, and he was like high out of his mind, and then someone died, and like just like living with that trauma and like how to move on and how to help her brother. I thought that was really cute. Not cute, that's not the word. I thought it was just a good book. And I wonder if it was based off of like real experiences. I don't really know. Then I read Well Met, and I literally don't remember reading this. Oh, ew. Sorry, I don't know how I forget books so easily lately, because I read this 4 days ago. Basically, this is about a younger sister who moves in with her older sister because her older sister, I think, got into a car crash. Wow, that's a theme in the books I've been reading. And so she broke her leg, and so like the little sister took care of her niece, and that involved her going to a fair, participating in like a Renaissance fair, and then obviously she falls in love. But it's like, I don't understand, again, the grumpy trope. It's like, why are you so rude? Why are you so upset? Like, your anger does not need to be directed at this person just because they're in your way. In fact, this anger does not need to be directed at this person just because you like them. Like, tell me how that makes sense. Are you 5? I don't like that. Anyways, so now I'm currently reading, I'm always currently reading Harry Potter. One of my disciples from church, she gave me the whole set for my birthday when I turned 22. So it's been 6 months, and I'm on the second book. I read the first book in like a month, and then the second book is just, it's not that I'm not reading it, I'm just reading it very slowly. And I'm incredibly grateful for the present, and I can't wait to also fall in love with Harry Potter like every single millennial I know. But I just haven't read it. Anyways, on top of Harry Potter, I'm also reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. That's an amazing name. Maybe I'm saying it right. And I am loving it so far. And I'm also reading You Should Smile More, which I just saw was on Goodreads, it was recently released. So I'm reading it and I hate it so far. I don't hate it, I just don't like it. I just think that people, now that I've read a bunch of romance books, I've gotten the trashy writing out of my system. Now I can look at it objectively and be like, this is trashy and it's not good, and maybe you should think about getting a new editor, someone who will be honest with you, because this stuff just isn't good. Okay, I talked about books for a very long time. Thank you for letting me do that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else Music. I wonder if there is a life in which I pursued music. Like, I remember, okay, just like school, like I've always been good at school, and then like heighten that, I've always been really good at music. Also, I'm worried that this isn't actually recording. I'm gonna check for a second. I'm gonna turn you around. Oh, we good. We good. Okay. Yes, so I've always been very good at viola mainly, and I remember, so I went to camp. Remember I talked about going to camp for 6 weeks? It was a music camp, and I've never been like, actually no, I have been the best, lol. But here it was amazing musicians, and so I was like good. I wasn't the best, but I was good. And I was literally 14 years old, so it's like whatever, doesn't matter. Also, I hated viola. Where am I getting with this? Oh yeah, at this camp I met so many amazing musicians, and a lot of them were not as good as me, but they loved viola, and like of course we like friended each other on Facebook, and I've seen that a lot of them have gone on to pursue music, and that has always come as a shock to me, because I was like, this is so messed up. I don't even know why I'm doing this on the internet, damn. But it was like, I'm better than you, yet you're brave enough to pursue this. I was just like, it was a shock to me. It was like why would you pursue something you're not good at? And it literally took me like years to realize it's because I really loved it. Isn't that so messed up? Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm gonna partially blame my upbringing for that mindset, but it's like, yeah, just like the thought of like pursuing something that you might not be amazing at, but working really hard at it so that you are good. I mean, these like people are amazing now, obviously. They're not the same person they were in 2015. And they like continue to hone in their craft, and it's like, I don't know, it's just like, I wonder if there's like, and then I started to love music once I like left school. But I actually don't. Now that I'm like thinking about it, I don't think there's a world in which I pursued music, because while I was actually like pursuing it and like trying to be the best and whatever, I hated it. But now that I can just play casually, I really do love it. But I think that I wonder if there's a world in which I pursued music because I'm just good at it, and like it's so much easier to just like do what you're good at even if you don't like it. That'd be funny, because like, one, at least you're doing something, and two, at least you're good at it. But I guess being good at something should not be the main driving force for everything. Also, I think a lot about, whose podcast is it? Oh, it's that guy, Shepard. What's his name? Dax Shepard. Kristen Bell. And when Kristen Bell was on, she was saying something like about, I'm gonna get all the facts wrong, by the way. It was something either like, I just like something like your circle of people that you know should only be like 200 people. Because when that's the case, someone can bring something to the table that other people can't. And I think about that a lot, because like, I feel like because of social media, I hate social media, like, you're gonna compare yourself to the best person. It used to be like, no one's gonna be the best at something. Like, you're never gonna know who's the best at something, but nowadays, like, we think that we see the person who's the best at something. And it really brings you down when, you know, we're human. We compare ourselves. That's like a human nature. And so when you start to compare yourself against multiple people who are better at something than you, it's like, you feel like really crappy. So, I don't know. Oh yeah, so it's something I think about a lot. And like, I feel lucky because my social media has never been like, I've never had unattainable standards on my feed. It's always been about combating that. Like, for years, it's been about, like, my Explore page was about, like, not listening like viewing social media in a different way. It's just like, this is like why I think it's so interesting. Like, why are people the way that they are? Like, yes, how they're brought up, but also what they consume, and like what's target. Like, why was that targeted towards me? I never got things like, oh, I wish I was like skinny and stuff like that. I've never gotten that, and so I never felt like societal pressure to me. And I was like, now it's easy for me to like step away from social media because it's not like it's giving me anything that like I desire, you know. Anyways, yes, what Kristen Bell said about how our circle should only be like 200 people so that you can be also like the best at something or bring something unique to the table. But sorry, I burped again.
No, peace.
Well, today is, oh shoot, I just stopped looking my calluses, my blisters, from like Doc Martens. I don't know what to do with those. I think I might sell them. Honestly, I kind of want to get fake ones from like AliExpress because they're so much cheaper, but I don't know how that's gonna turn out. Also, another one of the YouTubers I really like, Shell Bizzle, I think is her username. She talks about sustainability and just like practical sustainability, and she's like, I don't know, I feel like I learned a lot from her. Yeah, like, it's like so insane, the consumerism capitalist side of sustainability, where it's like you're purchasing sustainable objects, but it's like you don't need them, you know. I hate corporations. I'm a hater, okay? I think I have ADHD. Yeah, I flux between like wanting to be sustainable and then also like looking for the best price. It's kind of rough because I feel like I'm breaking my own morals by getting the cheaper item that was probably produced unethically, or like we're buying an item that I didn't even need in the first place. But then I remind myself, I can only do like I'm not the reason the ozone layer is depleting or whatever, you know? But I definitely do want to be, I don't know, it's hard. It's also hard because like I don't have a job and I don't have a lot of money. It's not like I can go out and buy expensive stuff all the time. But I think because I can't do that, I should just buy less. Anyways, that was an aggressive one. Cooking. What am I gonna eat for breakfast? I don't know. I really want to live alone. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel so like not myself when I live with other people. I feel like I can't be my true self, and I can't, like, I don't know. I really don't know why. I think the only time I felt my true self was when I was living in the dorm with my friend Jenny, my freshman and sophomore years. But then after that, like ever since then, like why does it feel like a breath of fresh air when I'm alone in the house, kind of thing? I don't know. And so when it comes to like cooking and experimenting, I think I'm just afraid of being judged, now that I think about it. When it comes to like cooking and experimenting with food and like just like buying what I want, like I feel like I can't do it. Also, like when you live with other people, like we're sharing the ingredients, and I just feel like I have to appease like what we both want, because I don't want to waste my money on something that only I'm gonna use. I don't know. So what am I gonna eat for breakfast today? I don't have a lot of food in the fridge. Maybe I'll cook some cabbage. Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna cook some cabbage and some rice, and my grandma gave me some leftover duck. Some things I love about Chinese culture is like we just casually eat like duck snails, abalone. Just like casually, like that's expensive stuff. And yeah, we don't prepare it the same as like other cultures, duh. But it's like expensive stuff, and we just like eat it, and I love it. I really wish I could learn to cook more traditional foods, but I'm lazy and I don't have the ingredients. And getting them is like, again, going back to like I feel weird getting ingredients for something I just want to try. If the other person's not gonna use it, you know, no. That's why I just feel better living alone. One day when I get a job, guys. Comes out with a new song in a couple days, and then his new album soon. I can't remember when. It's amazing because I'm not really on social media anymore, and so my updates come through text from friends. I love it. But yeah, the show. I thought his album cover was so cute. He's so cute. I mentioned him because I have a picture of Harry Styles from my concert in, I want to say that's the Raleigh, yeah, that's the Raleigh concert. I don't think you can see a picture of him though. My favorite outfit, well, okay, I've only been to 2 of his shows. I went to his Love on Tour in Raleigh, and then Love on Tour in Washington, D.C., where he was wearing a lilac outfit, and it was so cute. Aww, I'm gonna take my photos now. That's Margaret and I think we were in New Orleans, and this was, the pandemic had just become news, but this was like March 8th or something like that. My high school graduation with my family, so my brother's not there. A print of the Brooklyn Bridge, and then my friend Catherine at the MoMA. I think she just like looks like a model. Anyways, I hope that this video was calming. I hope it's what you needed. If not, I have 3 other videos where I'm just talking. Let me know if you guys like this, if you want something else. I'm happy to oblige. I love doing things for you guys. I really do. So let me know if you want something from me, if you want some music in the background or something. If you want me to talk less. Sorry if you think the books are boring and I spent like half this video talking about books, but I love them right now, and I hope I never stop loving them, and I hope that I phase out of my YA romance books so that I could actually start learning. This was wonderful. Thank you for spending time with me today. Sleep well, or study well, or if you're just listening to this while you eat well. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Bye, guys.
if I kept going? What if I don't get off tonight? What if I ride this to the edges, through the darkness to the light? Could I find you there? Could I find you there? If I slipped away, what if there's no answer? We're all just hearts that have to fight through the dangers of the rapids, through the darkness to the light. Could I find you there? Could I find you there? If I slipped away, crystalline.